Alright, and we're back. And there's only a few of us. I am your host, DrunksNDragons. And joining me at the table tonight are...
Ballistic Robot.
And Dexkey. Woof.
And tonight's podcast, we're going to talk about one of our favorite subjects. The magic. The gathering. Because we enjoy that game. And Chris... not so much.
He tolerates that.
He tolerates it. He tolerates...
He tolerates it like pre-World War II Nazis and tolerate fucking Jews. Damn it.
Okay. I'm like, where are we going? Okay, that's where we're going. The Jews. I knew it was something to do with them. Maybe. So...
It's like housing with the Jews.
I have M&M's. Did you want some M&M's?
Yeah, actually, yes. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Sharing is caring.
Mm-hmm. Not you, Dexkey, but I got you a Musketeers bar, so you should be good. Punch me in the face. You keep a better tab on cards coming up.
Yeah.
As of this recording, Ballistic, what can we look forward to?
Oath of the Gatewatch is going to be the next set to come out. And Oath of the Gatewatch is supposed to be set after the events of all of this stuff that's going on now in Magic. Because, we actually have like a current storyline that's supposed to be the main focus of the game now.
And followable somehow.
Yeah. Where you have all the Planeswalkers going back to Zendikar to try and stop the Eldrazi from spreading. Because the Eldrazi are like the Cthulhu monsters of the game, where they're going to be, taking over the whole universe and absorbing all the magical colors, energies, and all that stuff. And that's bad. So, Oath of the Gatewatch is supposed to be like, supposedly, maybe they stop Ulamog in the Hedron network, I'm assuming. I'm not sure what the actual, storylines, where it's at yet. But we know from the cards that sort of happens. And that Oath of the Gatewatch is something like, how they keep that from breaking or something. And people are thinking that there's going to be the other of the three Eldrazi Titans in the second set. Kozilek.
Mm-hmm.
The Titan.
Yeah.
So my question then is I saw a picture of a card, and it had a weird symbol instead of a mana symbol.
Oh, you saw that too?
So what is that? Because I was someone was like, it's going to be colorless mana. Deliberately colorless mana. And I'm like, what?
It probably will be. It'll probably be some form of Eldrazi energy or something. Where it's it only casts Eldrazi cards that have this symbol on it. And that makes it even harder to cast. So that's how Magic's going to get away with making broke-ass cards in, a very specific niche.
That's weird.
Yeah.
All these Eldrazi colorless dudes that still require some colors just make me go... And tell me when you go back to normal.
Yeah.
Almost a little bit.
It feels like they can't quite figure out an excuse to make a good card these days without it being but it's gotta have two colors, but it's gotta have blah blah blah. Because if it's colorless, then every deck can kind of go for it. Which is what's happened with Hangerback Walker. Where Hangerback Walker is just this colorless artifact creature that's just he's so good, every deck wants him.
I love his name because it's dumb.
Yeah, it is.
Hangerback Walker. Yo, there's just a dude chilling in the back. He's just do-do-do-do-do. He's dancing. He's doing that
the Snoop Dogg.
That Snoop Dogg thing. He's just Hangerback Walker, we need your help. I'll be there in a minute, motherfuckers. He doesn't even give a shit. He doesn't even rightly care.
He just hangs back.
Man, I have a new deck, too, to play against you guys, and I don't want to spoil it because there's some funny cards in there where I'm yo, that's so mean, that'd be hilarious. I gotta surprise you with it.
Nice.
But it's all blue, and it's interesting because it's gonna have some counter spells. Obviously, I've put all four of those spike tail little Madudes in there. The
Drakes.
The little Drakes.
Oh, no.
They're these little 1/1 flying Drakes that only cost a colorless and a blue, and then you can sack them and they counter a target spell unless the enemy pays a mana.
That's
which
good stuff.
Could be pretty good in a clutch.
Oh, yeah.
If it's here comes this fucking barrel up your ass spell, and it's I got a bird I can throw away on that.
Right.
Get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And even if they pay the extra mana, you could thwart their plans.
Yeah, it can definitely throw off a whole like, oh, my turn's just screwed now. I was gonna do that, but now my turn can't actually do that.
Yeah, especially if it's like, oh no, I needed that to be part of a step in a process.
Right,
Not like,
right.
So yeah, no, I put some of those in there. I put some creatures that you're actually familiar with that I got some copies of. And I have some other interesting spells in there. And the creatures that I got copies of, I don't feel this is a spoilery, but we talked about this synergy before. I can now not remember the names of them, and I don't have them here with me. It's that merfolk that comes into play as... Someone will have to edit it and put it up in post. Put this picture up later. It is a card. It's like that merfolk that comes in as either a 1/5 or a 5/1.
Oh, Thaumaturgist or I know how. I can't say his name.
No, it's not the Thaumaturgist dude.
It's not him.
Or it's not him. No.
Okay.
Like that, you're thinking of the guy that like can swap creatures' power. He taps and swaps
Yeah.
creatures' power and
But you're
toughness.
talking about a dude.
And then there's another merfolk that's obviously meant to team up with him because it's like it comes in as a 1/5 or a 5/1. Your choice.
Oh.
And then it's like that for once it's there. But if you use him in conjunction with that other guy, you can just tap him and turn him into, whatever you need.
Huh.
Yeah, what color is he? Yeah, I was gonna say that'd be good with Biomancer.
They're both blue. They're both blue merfolk dudes. There's another one in there that's really wacky. That's like, it's called Phantasmal something.
Phantasmal Image?
No. It's an older card. It's a really wacky, or no, it's like Plasma. I don't even remember. I'll have to look it up and then put it in post. It's this weird blue elemental weird energy monster, and he only costs like, I think it's like 2 blue and 2 colorless, or it's 1 blue and 3 colorless. I just remember the total cost is 4, but what he comes into play as is retarded.
What is it?
He comes into play as either a 3/3, or a 2/2 with flying, or a 1/6 defender. Your choice.
Damn. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, and I got 3 of those bad boys. I'm like, hell yeah! Just the synergy, the option of choice.
Yeah, he's
in
got
the deck
a lot
for
of
my
options.
creatures in this deck is neat. And then some of the other abilities that some of my other creatures have are like, what? It's gonna be neat. It's gonna be neat.
It sounds like just all the most unconventional stuff put together into this, like, I'm blue and I'm weird deck.
It is a little bit. I'm excited to play it. I'm also excited to at some point, hopefully, maybe somehow, if like the gods are crazy, play like my actual mill deck. And I've went and reshuffled some of my decks. I had Obnixilis in there, the first Planeswalker I actually ever drew.
Oh, yeah,
actually,
that's right, yeah.
And I pulled him out and I put him into my black deck, which is just card draw the game. The idea being, if you land Obnixilis and then you have like all these different Altar Reaps and Sign and Bloods, you just like
Nice.
just like every time, like because Obnixilis makes an emblem, and it's like you put it on a target player, and this emblem's like whenever a player draws a card, lose 2 life.
Oh.
So
oh,
then
wow.
the rest of my deck has lots of card draw in it, where it's like draw 2 cards, draw
and
2
you
cards,
just draw them out.
and then draw them out. Like draw 2 cards. I just did 4 damage to you,
Yeah.
and got more cards.
Yeah.
That's like Aaron's black deck.
A little bit. There's some discard in there too. There's a lot to discard in black. Black wants you to get rid of your stuff.
Well, Aaron's black deck in particular, where you draw and you lose life.
I mean, like, I think I used some of the same cards, but it's for, like, a different purpose.
Yeah, I'm deliberately using him to try and hurt people.
Yeah.
But if not, I can just get a lot of resources quickly, and that's always fine by me.
Because I think you can, Aaron's deck also, if you place down, no, his is if you place down creatures on the field, you lose life.
Oh, you're thinking? I know what he's thinking of.
I
He's
can't
thinking
even
of
think of my own deck with this.
I'm thinking of the vampire guy that makes you that makes you take damage. The Bloodseeker, the vampire Bloodseeker. He's that weird dude. He's got the red face paint. He's got like a knife.
Yeah,
and he does like
yeah.
you
I
made
love that
your point of
dude.
damage.
Yeah.
Alright, so me and Derek had one game where we had 2 games before we played our Saturday game for Pathfinder. Before you guys got over. Me and Derek played a game, and I landed him first, and then Derek was playing his crazy weird... How would you describe Derek's number 1 deck?
It's the weirdest damn thing. Oh my gosh, because it's like, it's a mill deck kind of, but then it turns into like win condition is not milling, even though it mills you hard. It's like you start out by losing all those cards you're supposed to be drawing with the milling he's got, and then it turns into I'm going to play down Hornet's Nest, and you can't really hit me without creating a bunch of new creatures that will also mill you. And then I'll also just play like other dudes, and somehow all of these like minor guys transform into ultra guys, while you can't quite beat me hard enough to get this over with. And then it turns into swing win.
It's just like a forest, tap, and then ultra the broods, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like, then Derek starts landing the permanents. Then he lands the Hornet's Nest, and then he lands Darksteel Plate. Then he equips the Darksteel Plate to Hornet's Nest, and then uses cards that initiate fights.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you take combat damage, he's invincible, but he still takes the damage. He's spilling out all these 1/1 Death Touch flyers.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing, though. I landed that guy before he landed a Hornet's Nest.
Oh.
So it's like, oh, I hit your Hornet's Nest for like 5 damage. I don't care. Take 5 health.
Yeah.
5 guys came onto the field. I'm doing it. And, he basically kind of just keeled over from producing guys.
That's pretty hilarious.
And then the next game, it was the reverse. Like, I didn't get that dude. And then we never got a chance to finish that one. But he had landed his combo that he needed. And it was like, crap for me.
Yeah.
It was not going to end well.
I need to make that into put the Hornet's Nest into a raid.
At some point, we're going to have to do like a Let's Not Play or something of Magic.
Yeah.
And use some of these fine, upstanding decks that we talk about that use dwarves and old shit and other stuff.
Yeah.
Combinations of cards, because we don't really care about like what the standard format is or what's modern. We don't play EDH Commander or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if I can really get into Commander, man. Like, it's cool on the one hand because it's kind of like what I thought Magic was in the first place.
Right.
Because it's like, oh, just one of different every cards, and you just like come across different cool stuff, and it's neat. But on the other hand, it's like, it sounds like it takes forever. You got to have a deck that synergizes. You really only can have one of any creature unless it's that one cultist.
Mm. Oh, yeah, I guess
there's
that
like
would work.
There's like
for
a
him.
cultist.
Yeah.
Someone was like, you just fill up your deck with nothing but those cultists, your mana, and then like 4 and 4 of like the most powerful demons you possibly can get, and then just make the rest of all your creatures that guy.
That actually would be pretty sick, wouldn't it?
And then win. I don't know. It would be, but it'd be dumb. And I know it's not in standard, but it'd be funny.
Yeah.
Some decks are just fun to have because they're funny. Who gives a crap if it's viable-ish?
Right.
Well, we don't do tournaments anymore.
Yeah, no, there's they talk about like the different psychographics of Magic people who play it. And we're all at least some level of Johnny is what they call it, where you care about how you win. And that's pretty much all that is. It's just, oh, I want to win by like making the dude use a door to nothingness on himself. And you know, like that sounds awesome to me. But
just I don't know the card Door to Nothingness offhand, so it's just like I just imagine like you just like what's in there? The guy falls through into a black hole.
Yeah, I have one copy. I know I keep on meaning to be like I'm gonna just make a deck around that because it seems cool, but
okay. So wait, they're different actual psychographics. Is that what you call them?
That's what I think they're called.
Of Magic player?
Yeah, people because they did studies to figure out why do people play the game they like so that we make money off of. How can we appeal to those types of people? So they found that like the types of people, like the reasons why people play Magic.
Okay, so we actually are some type of Johnny somewhere.
Yeah.
What are the other types though?
There's just the Timmy, which is like I just want the biggest dragon on the field. I just want a bigger monster. And like just I think Derek falls a little bit into that, a little bit, somewhat, kind of.
I think my Colossus helps.
Yeah, that friggin' Arbor Colossus, man. But that's just a good card.
Arbor Colossus has been owned by the San Diego Derricks since forever.
And okay, so you have the Timmy, you have the Johnny, and you have the Spike, which is pretty much just a tournament player. Somebody who only cares about winning, doesn't care about what the cards are in his deck, as long as they help him win, because they're the most efficient cards at doing that.
Oh my god, something tells me there's too many spikes and not enough buffies to get rid of them all.
And okay, then it also breaks down into like things that are not those groups of people, but people who like Magic still, and who kind of could be any range of those types on that spectrum. People who are like... there's Melvin. I'm not even sure what Melvin falls into exactly, but he is just like supposed to be just some player who is interested in like the collecting aspect maybe of it, or even just you know.
I wonder if that's what Nick was.
I don't know.
Nick was gathering a collection of Magic the Gathering cards based in like some kind of chronological order based on the events that the cards were based on in Magic's story.
Huh.
So you just have to imagine a binder with one of every card in this bizarre, not quite alphabetical order where it's like, and then everything went to here and then this happened and all this other stuff, and I'm like,
that's kind of awesome.
It's dope though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'd
that's
get behind
cool.
that. Yeah,
yeah, that's neat.
The other thing though is
It makes me want to read one of the old books.
Yeah, somebody who is into the story and the lore in the books is a Vorthos.
Okay. Time out, and fuck me. You're telling me it's like Timmy, Melvin, Johnny, Vorthos?
Yeah, because, I mean, think about the Magic card names and how dumb it is.
Okay, that makes perfect sense.
Yes.
Hey guys, I looked all over for that autographed Bruce Campbell chainsaw, and it's not in there anywhere.
Oh, that's really weird, man. Hey, better luck next time in your search. And we'll call that for tonight. I guess we're all some part of Vorthos a little bit, I guess, too.
That, too.
All right, this is DrunksNDragons signing off.
Yeah, Ballistic Robot.
And Dexkey Wolf.
See you later, everybody.
There is no chainsaw.